Cavaliers Live is presented by Wayside Furniture. Oh, the Cavaliers feeling pretty good here in downtown Cleveland tonight. They return home for just one game, and they improved to 59-14, 31-5 at home as they outscore the Spurs 38-33 in that fourth quarter on their way to an 8-point victory here tonight. Hi, everyone. Welcome inside our set here at Rocket Arena alongside Mr. Cavalier, Austin Carr. I'm Kaylee Griffin. It's the Cavaliers with a 124-116 victory over the Spurs tonight. And AC, let's face it, it wasn't easy. San Antonio came ready to play. Why were the Cavaliers able to overcome those Spurs runs?
Remember that stretch when they went through about during the 15-game win streak, 16-game win streak? They had about 8 games where it was like this, where they had to turn it on at the end of the game. Now you're seeing the fruits of their labor. Yeah, what you're seeing is an opportunity of a team that learned from those mistakes, and at the end of the game, they look totally different than they had the rest of the game. Yep. They were blocking out. They weren't allowing second chances. They were making shots. They were passing the ball. Everything came back to them. But if they hadn't activated Jarrett Allen, it would have never happened because he gave them energy once he got going.
Jarrett Allen, what a monster performance. And Donovan Mitchell with a career high in assists. They're both standing by with Serena Winters.
Thanks, Kaylee. One of my favorite things is before an interview, getting to hear teammates talk to each other because it's so much more than you guys get to see. How fun was it for you to see this guy have the night that he had in that fourth quarter?
Man, he's phenomenal. Y'all got to give Jay a hand, man. Y'all got to give it up for Jay. Man, every single time his number's called, he shows up for us. He's been like this ever since I got in here. Since before I got here, he's been a consistent for us. Nights like tonight are no surprise, man. He puts the work in, puts the time in, and when we need him in the fourth or need him throughout the game, especially with Ev being out, he steps up every time. So big-time performance from J.A.
19 points he had in that fourth quarter. On top of that, this guy plays every single game. He's played in all 73 so far this season. How incredible is that?
Man, I'm happy that he keeps doing that, but I keep telling his behind to sit down at some point, give himself a break. But that's who he is. He wants to be out there for us, for the crowd, for the fans. He's Mr. Consistent. He's there for us every day, and nights like tonight show you who he is.
Jarrett Allen, you had, 2 points in that half. Then you come out of halftime like a man unleashed. What kind of deal?
Like I told you, I just shoot floaters and dunks, so all my points come easy from these guys. And then just a couple of defensive stops just to get us going.
Can you tell how much this fan base, how much this crowd appreciates and loves you?
Absolutely. It's after the game and they're still cheering. They're still here. We appreciate you guys so much for the love you support.
You also owe this guy some props because he was a huge facilitator out there tonight. A career-high 14 assists for him. How does he just give the game whatever it needs?
All right, he's a phenomenal scorer, but he's a phenomenal passer as well. I feel like he dished to everybody that was open when it was time. You just got to get him 2 more rebounds for the triple-double.
No triple-double for you tonight, but coming in your future, you did have the career high in assists. When you take what the game gives you like that facilitating, what's kind of going through your mind?
Just make the right read. I think that's the biggest thing. When I came out here tonight, I hear y'all. I don't know where y'all are. I hear y'all. Just taking what the game gives. They tried to stop me, continuously get into the basket, so make the right plays, trust my teammates like I have been all year. And, it helps when these guys continue making shots like they always do. So they make me look good, and I appreciate it.
Jarrett, we talked before this game about just how memorable of a season this has already been. Obviously plenty to go, but the fans didn't get to hear that. What makes this season so memorable already?
Just how special the whole group is. The players, coaches, team, crowd, city, all of it comes together into something special.
Congrats on the win, you two.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, you, Kaylee.
Serena, thank you. Well, the Cavaliers led by 3 entering that fourth quarter. And Austin, it was really sparked by Jarrett Allen. Again, he had 2 points at halftime. He had 19 in the fourth quarter alone. What allowed J.A. to just get going on both ends of the floor?
Well, if you look at the way the rosters are set up and what was going on tonight, that is where the Cavs had the advantage in the middle. But it took them 3 quarters to understand how to get it to him. And J.A. just kept calm. He didn't scream and holler. He just kept calm. And then all of a sudden, Donovan said, oh, look what we have here. And once that started going, That was it. That really killed that team. They didn't know what to do, how to stop it.
Cavaliers still sitting in third place all time in terms of single season wins, but they keep climbing that list. They are getting close to that 2009-2010 team. Now 59 wins on the season. For more on tonight's victory, let's head upstairs now as we welcome in John Michael and Brad Doherty, otherwise known as Hooch and Chief.
Yeah, that's about right. Hey, AC, I don't think we've ever seen Jarrett Allen holler or anything like that. He kept calm as he always does.
Right.
He just waited for his moment, didn't he?
He just waited. He did not rush anything. I mean, I think Brad would have been saying, hey, give me the ball. I'm wide open.
Yeah, in the first quarter, probably.
I thought it was remarkable. No, you're right, though, AC. You're talking about, Donovan really precipitated this by making sure he touched that basketball. Yeah. And, Jarrett's not a ball handler, so you got to get him the basketball. But they did a great job of getting him the ball with people on his back. I thought Biyombo went out of the game. It changed it even more because without, and Jarrett and Biyombo were going at it, but they had no rim protection. This is a small basketball team that's very athletic, and the Cavs just attacked him, specifically Jarrett Allen. He just dominated him on both ends of the floor. And like AC said, it's just like he almost didn't realize it in the first half that this was available to him. But once he got going in that second half, he was a runaway freight train.
He had 2 points at the break to Jarrett Allen. And we talked so much about adjustments all season, not just on the floor, but with that coaching staff as well. I'd say this is a pretty good adjustment with the big guy in the middle, right?
No doubt about it. You got to force that basketball sometimes to Jarrett. You got to force him to take it. And then when he gets going and gets his confidence, man, he is unstoppable.
Jarrett scored 19 of the Cavs' last 32 points over the final 8.5 minutes of the ball game to salt this one away, with the outcome was hanging in the balance, too, Brad. I mean, this is a Spurs team that just kept on coming. You knew they would. I mean, that's been their MO all season long. And the Cavaliers were having trouble finding baskets offensively. Things were a little tighter, as you might imagine, earlier in the ball game. But Jarrett Allen and the Cavs come alive in the second half. Donovan Mitchell facilitates, and it is another win, number 59.
Yeah, the Cavs learned a lot this basketball game because they were getting out-rebounded badly. And, the Spurs were doing a good job of keeping the ball alive on the offensive board. That's what we talked about in the pregame. We got to do a better job capturing that basketball. One shot and that's it. And we struggled a little bit with that, but they made the adjustments. Kenny Atkinson continued to adjust. Donovan adjusted. And it just worked out in the end where we had opportunity. We took advantage of the opportunity. Big win for the Cavs.
Hey, guys, no time to rest. This treacherous month of March continues into Detroit tomorrow to take on a Piston team that's been off since Tuesday. Another big challenge awaits.
Instead of having Starsky and Hutch, we have the Chief and Hooch.
Well, that's the perfect time to welcome it.
Hooch and Chief. Hey, y'all thought y'all got rid of me because they tossed me out.
This is all we
y'all
need.
can't get me out my own house now. Hooch and Chief, man. Where'd y'all get this name from, man?
I apologize, guys. I apologize.
Hooch and Chief.
Tristan, it's from Basketball Reference, actually. If you go on there, they have nicknames. John gave us that one, but Brad says Hooch on Basketball Reference.
I would have called him Mocha.
Yeah, they have
Big Mocha. Big Mocha.
That was a bum call you got, too, man.
I know,
fighting for a rebound.
I'm just fighting for my rebound. I'm trying to climb the leaderboard.
League's gone soft on us.
It got soft on us, Brad. You got out the right time. Brad said, forget basketball, one of the cards.
That's right.
There you go, smart man.
All right, we'll send John and Brad on their way. Tristan, thank you again for taking the time. Hey,
wait for me, guys.
Austin's very concerned about making the plane after tonight's show. Tristan, first game back after a long West Coast trip. Booby talked about it last show, how it's always the hardest one. It feels like you're playing in quicksand. How was this team able to overcome some of those challenges tonight?
I mean, Kayla, we had to dig deep. You saw the first quarter when they came out with the 8-0 run, coach called timeout, and we sent the huddle like, listen, guys, you got to dig deep tonight. It's not going to be about the skill. It's going to be about the hustle and the effort and just the will to want to just win this game. It's not going to be a game where we're going to win by 20 or 30. It's be one of those gut games where it's going to be a possession game. And, we made those big possessions when the time was needed. But like you said, what Booby said earlier in the telecast, it's tough. These games are extremely hard, but we got to take care of business, especially at home.
Tristan, I kind of harken back to the 16-game win streak. Mm-hmm. You guys played a lot of games like this where you had to turn it on at the end. I mean, I really think you guys learned a lot from those games because tonight, as soon as as Jarrett got activated, he started going. The defense got better. You start boxing out. You wasn't giving up second chance shots. And then all of a sudden you get a 10-point lead. Ball game's over.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right, AC. Like you said, a 16-game winning streak. Yes, we had some close games, and obviously when we kept the game close, it didn't work in our favor. It was Clippers and the Kings. So we got to do a good job balancing that. And like you said, first half, Jay, I think he had maybe just like 6 rebounds, no points. Came out in the third quarter, had 10 points in the third quarter, and then rally off of 19 in the fourth. His activity level, especially with Evan out, there's going to be more ownership on his end, defensively, but especially offensively, making the right plays. And he was great for us tonight, and he made the big plays, and other guys around did when it counted.
Well, Tristan, we're going to let you go quickly because we know you have a plane to catch now.
I got my whole outfit on,
I know, you're ready to go.
It's time all year.
You're ready to go. The last time you were in that building, it took a Darius Garland buzzer beater. We know they're going to be physical. As John mentioned, they've been off since Tuesday. What's it going to take to leave Detroit with a victory tomorrow?
Oh, boy.
I know. You already know, JB.
It's going to be a fight.
Oh, it's going to be a dog fight.
It's going to be a dog fight.
It's going to be 2 chimpanzees in the zoo boxing and slapping up. It's going to be the first one to bleed is going to win. So,
right, yeah.
For us, we know JB's going to have these boys fired up. Especially what happened in the last game with Darius winning by the buzzer. They're going to feel like they got what it takes to win. So we got to be coming out ready to play and fight. And right now it's about us. It's about us getting in rhythm and trending in the right direction going into the postseason.
But one thing for sure.
2 things for certain.
We should always stay
dangerous.
Tristan, thank you as always. We appreciate it. Feels like you've been gone for a month, so it's great to have you back on the show.
Yes.
No, I'm
we'll
glad
see
to be
you back on Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good, guys. See you on the plane.
All right.
Don't be late.
More to come here on Cavaliers Live. When we return, we'll hear from head coach Kenny Atkinson, so stick around. The Cavaliers take round 1 against the Spurs tonight, 124-116. Let's hear more from the winning head coach, Kenny Atkinson. His press conference is presented by Wayside.
Well, he was obviously more aggressive, but I thought we did a good job of, they went small. They're small, and you punish them 2 ways. You punish them on the switches, which I thought we found them down low when they switched, and then he punished them on the offensive boards. So it was a little bit. That was our strength. Their strength was, 5 out and playing 5 guards. And, he was absolutely dominated the second half.
And then Donovan hit some shots tonight, which I'm sure was a really good sign to see, but he also set a career high in assists. What did you think of playmaking?
He changed the game because we started out poorly. His stint was not good, his first stint, and that second stint, he came in, they packed the paint. I mean, extreme paint packing, and he started spraying the ball, around. Once he got it out of their tight shell, then we started making decisions behind that, and that kind of broke the game out. So his understanding, his reading of the game is elite. Change the game. Excuse me.
Coach, we saw Sam Merrill have some big minutes tonight, 3 corners, cutting to the basket, getting into defensive sets and all those things. What have you seen from Sam on both ends of the ball this season that has allowed you to stick with him?
Man, we just we trust him on both ends. It's not just all the offense and like what you said, he's generating offense even when he's not shooting, right? He runs all those ghost screens, he cuts, he just turns the defense up. Quite honestly, that's why we started him against Portland the other night, because we knew we needed more actions and just pick and roll with DG and Don. So he gives you that. He gives you that guy that's off the ball. You're just running around and making things happen.
Speaking of stints, Isaac Okoro had a really good first stint. Was just coming off the bench, giving you guys a jolt, had more points than we've seen from him in quite some time. What did you think of his first stint and how that kind of changed the aspect of the game?
Really good. And I'm looking, we really debated to get him back in at the end. He probably deserved to play at the end. That's how well he played. And we went back and forth. We stuck with Dre, which, worked out, but he really deserved to play at the end of the game. He was fantastic on both ends.
Daryl.
Hey, Daryl.
We talk a lot about Jarrett and just how whatever you ask of him, he does. When you need him to have a big night like tonight, he has the big night. When you need him to take a step back for somebody else, he does. Just what can you say about, Jarrett's, team mentality?
Yeah, and he never misses a game, right? Like he backs, like, I don't know how he does it energy-wise. I was expecting, and I think in the first half his energy was pretty down. I was concerned, even shortened his minutes a little in the first half. I'm like, man, Jay doesn't have it tonight, which is normal with all the games he's backed up. But man, he knew what we needed. He knew we needed him to punish their small ball lineup. Just key to our victory tonight. Number one key to our victory was Jarrett Allen.
The flow there, especially in that third quarter, just kept getting disrupted by all those all those replay reviews.
Yeah.
What did they ultimately tell you on the Tristan upgrade to flagrant 2?
I think they said it was an elbow to the head. The fact that it was to the head is caused a flagrant 2. I didn't look at the replay, but you know where I am on the replay. I sympathize with you guys. I sympathize with the fans, like the reviews and the challenges. I prefer the game flowed more, and I thought we were getting that way with the NBA, where we're shortening the games, and it's got to go. But every review, you're sitting there for, it seems like forever. It just kills it for the crowd, kills it for the players. So I just. However they can limit those reviews and including the challenges, I'm voting yes. The game's gotta flow better. There's too much stoppage, in my opinion.
6 Cavaliers scored in double figures tonight. Max Strus finished with 18. He also wore the mic. We'll hear his mic'd up next. The Cavaliers improved to 31-5 here at Rocket Arena as they take down the Spurs tonight, 124-116. Max Strus was wearing the mic. Let's do a recap of what we heard on the broadcast tonight.
Good luck, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. How we doing? Everything good? You're doing great. I got Mike on. J.A., you can't lose this one, J.A. Come on, Blue. Let's go, Blue. You got no pace, no energy, no pace down there. Hey, come on. We got 10 games for the playoffs. We got to start playing real basketball. Down! All right, it's layup. Yeah! Yeah! Maida! They talking about ice? Yeah. Come on. Stay right here. Yeah. Ready? I know it's there. We just gotta find our comfort and everything. Starts with you. We go as you go. I like it. I could really be a coach one day. Right! You're good. There you go, Drayski. Yeah! Sammy! Hey! Maida! Everyone!
Donovan Mitchell was sensational. When the Cavaliers needed something early, he got going, and he led this team down the stretch as well. 29 points tonight, 25 points tonight, a career-high 14 assists. He added 8 rebounds. That's almost as complete of a stat line as you can get. Kenny Atkinson said he changed the game. What did you see from him?
Well, I saw the lead man played the lead man role tonight. I mean, he did a great job. Not only did he score, but he got his teammates involved on a consistent basis. And he didn't let the fact that nobody was doing anything but him, he didn't let that bother him. He stayed true to the game plan, and he kept getting people involved. And before you know it, he had 14 assists, and the Cavs win the game.
5th double-double of the year for Donovan Mitchell. Jarrett Allen finishing with his team-leading 38th double-double of the season. 29 points and 16 rebounds. Austin, he had 27 of those points in the second half. He was just a completely different player in the final 24 minutes. What allowed him to start dominating down the stretch?
The Cavs started giving him more opportunities. I mean, his inside game, the way he moves in the paint area, it's bar none. He's one of the best in the league. He's proven it night after night. And really, the only situation that was controllable in this game was the center position. That's where the Cavs had the advantage, but it took them a while to realize it. And once they got that under control, you could see everything else fell into place.
Jarrett Allen has 4 games in his career scoring 25 or more points, recording 15 or more rebounds while shooting 90% from the floor. And 2 of those games have happened this month.
Wow.
So Jarrett Allen is certainly finding something in this offense.
He should have been an all-star.
He should have been an all-star. We talked about it all. Yeah, we tried. We did our part.
We tried.
We did. 6 Cavaliers scored in double figures. You heard Max Strus, he was wearing the mic, but he also was red hot from the floor tonight, Austin. He scored 18 points going 7 of 10. 4 of 7 from the three-point line. He had 4 rebounds and 4 assists. What did you like about what Max Strus was able to bring to tonight's game?
The fact that Max constantly is an energizer. He does a lot of things that you don't see in the scorebook, but they affect winning. His movement without the ball, bar none. His energy level on defense, bar none. Always staying active. I mean, he definitely brings the energy level to this team that they sorely need. And you could tell it got to a point where everybody was kind of like moving in slow motion. And you expect it after a long trip like that. But to have him continue to move, and he started out hot. He was hitting that jump shot, and it got people going. They just didn't have enough energy to keep it going until they got to Allen. And when Allen came to the show, then that was it.
Max has had an interesting season, right? Because he missed a good chunk of the beginning of the year due to injury. So he had to find his way back into the rotation. He had to find his spot. He was coming off the bench. Now he's back in that starting lineup where he feels the most comfortable. When Max is in a rhythm, how does that change things for this team?
It gives them that extra guy. And you have an extra guy that they have to worry about. Now what happens is, especially when you're playing 5 out, what that gives you is an extra pass to a wide open guy, not a guy that's covered. And having that extra guy who can score and who will defend means a huge thing to the Cavaliers going into the playoffs. You got to have that extra man who can bring it on a nightly basis.
We might have to mic up Max Strus on a nightly basis now.
Yeah, that would be nice.
In the mic.
Yeah, he was
points.
pretty vocal, too.
He was vocal.
Yes.
He got the scoring going. Just something to consider as the Cavaliers now 9 games remaining in this season. Jarrett Allen, Donovan Mitchell taking a look at the stat sheet. They can't believe how impressive they were. Cavaliers continue their winning ways here at home, improving to 31-5 at Rocket Arena as they take down the Spurs 124-116. And after tonight's game, we are now under 10 games remaining in the season. So, Austin, we can take a look at if the playoffs started today. We're starting to feel it in here.
Starting to feel it now.
We are starting to feel it. The Cavaliers holding on to that 1 seed. They will get whoever falls into that 8th seed. So that'll be the loser of the 7-8 game versus the winner of the 9-10 game. So potentially any of Atlanta, Orlando, Chicago, or Miami.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you know, all of the one that I think would give us the most trouble would be the Magic, just because they think they can beat us.
Yeah. Well, what a first-round matchup that would be. A rematch of last year's? Woo-wee.
It would be some – the only thing I would hate about that, it would be too much of a physical, and if we're going to get out of that series, but we might be injured coming out of it.
What about Atlanta? We would see Niang and LeVert, too. There's a lot of things potentially that could happen.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, Cavaliers on the first night of a back-to-back, they now head to Detroit. Austin is getting out of here. He's got a plane to catch because the Cavaliers will face the Pistons for the final time this season. And AC, this is a really tough back-to-back for the Cavs coming off this West Coast trip. I know you're feeling it, so I can imagine what the players are feeling.
Yes.
Took a buzzer beater the last time they were in this building. What do you expect when it comes to this matchup?
Well, the only thing I'd say is if you want to see WWE or whatever they call it, watch it, because it's going to be JB will have those guys biting at the bullets. I'm telling you, it will be a battle tomorrow. The Cavs will have to have their A game to win tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. The Cavaliers looking to keep their winning ways in Detroit. That's going to do it for Cavaliers Live. The Cavs taking down the Spurs by 8 tonight. Back in action tomorrow in Detroit. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:30 with a 7 p.m. tip-off. For Austin Carr and our entire crew, I'm Kaylee Griffin. We'll see you tomorrow.